Hello, my beautiful butterflies. This is Kristen from Soul Therapy. I wanted to talk to you all today about a quote that I recently heard. I'm not really sure, I didn't write down the quote, but it was said by Deborah Silverman, who is a psychoanalyst and an astrologer. She was talking about, really connecting with your heart and who you are in your soul. So, whereas your body walks around in a third dimensional space, interacting with the senses, the five senses that you have, the spirit has many other senses and is connected to a completely different dimension. And we have the ability to sit with our spirit in our body, right? So being embodied and sit with the spirit by connecting to emotions and connecting to our heart space. A lot of people would say, but as a transformational hypnotherapist, I will tell you that it's more of a consciousness. It's more understanding that you're an observer living so close to the thing that you're observing that sometimes you identify with it. It would be like the same thing as looking at a beautiful tree and seeing how when the wind blows through it, the leaves glisten and rustle, and hearing how they rustle and being able to like breathe it in and feel what it must be like to be giant and tall and strong and blowing in the wind. And then think you're a tree. You aren't the tree, although you can experience for a moment what it must be like to be a tree. Well, what if not only in your entire life, from the moment you took your first breath, but all the people before you in your family and all the people before them in their family, and so on and so forth? It is just a widely accepted concept that you are the tree. Is that possible? And I will tell you from working with the subconscious mind, yes, it is. If the subconscious mind gets on board with anything you think or believe, you could think you're a chicken and cluck like a chicken. A lot of people are afraid to work with hypnotherapists because of this clicking, chucking, chicken clucking thing, right? Oh, what if you make me do something that I don't want to do? Or what if you get some information out of me that I don't want to give? And that is the biggest misconception, because that is not how it works. I'm not saying that that is not possible, but why would a hypnotherapist have any desire to make you do something that you don't want to do? You're there because you want something, and it is in our best interest to make sure that you receive it, except you're not in control of that. You are. So if you've ever been to like a stage hypnotist show and you've seen the people on stage do things that are ridiculous, it's because when they volunteered or got picked to go up on stage, they subconsciously agreed because they know that something like that is going to happen and they just allow it. Similarly, if I wanted to help someone do something that would be good for them, but they don't want, I'm not going to be able to make that change, because as the hypnotherapist, I'm only a guide or a facilitator. I'm not a magic person waving a wand. You are. You are magic. You have the power and the capability of changing anything you want and everything you want if you believe it to be so. So if you've been, let's say, for example, in a bad accident and you are in the hospital in a bed in a coma for 2 years and you haven't used any of your muscle for anything, then we should all know at this point that you would experience something called muscular atrophy. Your muscles are too weak from being unused. And so let's say it's time for you to stand up and get out of bed, you just fall on the floor because there's no muscle tone, there's no strength. It would take months sometimes of physical therapy to get you back to your brain understanding how to use these muscles again. So essentially the work that we're doing on this channel is physical therapy for the subconscious mind, training your mind on how to understand who you really are and what your purpose here is, remembering what your purpose is, right? Getting those neurons firing. It's a lot of science meets spirituality, only because for some reason there's a difference. Or is there? The science is spiritual. And we're going to go over a lot of the spiritual techniques that are based in science to help you become the person that you desire to be. Not because you don't like who you are and you want to be a different person, but because you're not aligned with the life that you have and you want to create a life that you feel fully aligned with. And I want you to join me in the weeks to come as we go through the exercises and the techniques and the logical explanations, sometimes illogical, delusionary explanations as to how to do it, why it works, what struggles you're going to come across, what you should do during those struggles. We're going to have fun. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, oh my gosh, there are so many times when I think I'm subscribed to somebody because I watch them so much, but I'm not. So make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell to get notified when new material comes out, because I'm telling you, we're going in. We're going to talk about it all. If you follow everything that I'm instructing you to do on this channel, your life is going to change and you're going to love it. I'll see you on the next one.